Hi, I'm Dr. Turri, board-certified audiologist with offices in Claremont, Orlando, and Bellevue, Florida. Thank you for visiting me today. The topic for today's discussion is the cost of hearing aids. Why is that my topic, you wonder? Because it's probably the number one or number two question that I get asked by patients, referring physicians, colleagues. Industry articles are written on it all the time. Why do hearing aids cost so darn much? Everybody wants to know that. And there's a number of factors for this. First and foremost, though, my answer that I give to patients for this is they don't have to be expensive. That's a very true statement. Now, obviously, cost, price, it's all relative. Everybody's going to have a different number that's too big or too small or expensive or not expensive. So first, let's keep that in mind. Prices are relative. But let's assume you buy above average cost hearing aids, right? Let's say you visit one of those chain offices with a brand name that you recognize, and you go listen to a fancy sales pitch, and you get a sales type hearing test where they talk about a prescription and this and that, and at the end, even though you went in there on a coupon that said a $600 hearing aid, they start talking to you about a $6,000 set of hearing aids. That's a lot of money. Right, but even if we took that number, a $6,000 set of hearing aids, right, which is a lot of money, I agree. If you took that price and you average that out over a daily basis, let's say you wear that set of hearing aids for 5 years. What if it's only 3 years? What if you wore it for 1 year, right? Regardless, but take that and divide it by the number of days that you're going to use it. And when you get down to it, the average cost of wearing hearing aids is extremely affordable, especially if you're wearing them more than 3 years. All right, my average patient will upgrade hearing aids about every 5 years. Okay, some do it sooner, some wait longer, but typically the average amount of time between upgrades is about 5 years. And some would argue that that's 2 years too long. Some would say it's 2 years too early. As long as they're working for you, you keep them clean, you go to see your provider. If you're doing all those things and you're keeping your hearing aids cleaned and you're getting the programming updated as your hearing changes over time, as long as your hearing aids are working and meeting your needs, there's no need to upgrade. All right? But now let's get to the root of the matter. Okay, why do hearing aids cost so much? Right, that common question that everybody wants to know. Again, if we look at it over long-term usage, it's not expensive. But why do some offices or professionals or salespeople, as it is sometimes, why do they want $6,000, $7,000, even $5,000 for a set of hearing aids? Why? Why do they have to do that? Remember that since the beginning of time in the hearing aid business, hearing aids have been categorized in different levels of technology. It's gotten even more broken up in levels with the advent of small digital chips, various types of hearing aids that can be worn in all different types of configurations, either on or in your ear. So the more advanced we get with technology, even the more technological tags or classifications we're presented with. So why then is it that most people, when they go to an office, get their hearing tested, and they're presented with options after the test, why are they hearing $6,000, $5,500, $7,000 for a set of hearing aids? Because the industry has been trained, right, to dispense the latest, greatest, newest, all the bells and whistle type technology. And don't get me wrong, this stuff is phenomenal what they're coming out with. All right, but my point is that if you don't absolutely want or need or have to have the latest and greatest, there's amazing technology available for much less money. Our average patient at the Hearing and Dizziness Wellness Center, all right, spends between $2,500 and $4,500 on a set of hearing aids. That $4,500 set, believe it or not, is on the same level tier as most of the advanced products that you're hearing about at these national chains or the better known brand names for centers or for stores or for offices. All right, at the Hearing and Dizziness Wellness Center, we use nationally known, internationally known manufacturers. Companies like Phonak, companies like Starkey, companies like Resound, companies like Oticon. you name it, we carry it. We're what's called a multi-line dispensing office. So you see a board-certified audiologist. You have your hearing tested by a clinical protocol, not a sales protocol. And at the end of the testing, as we are counseling you on the status of your hearing, we also do in-depth analysis of your lifestyle, right? So we couple your hearing loss and your lifestyle, and we make recommendations based on those two things. When you couple those two parameters for any patient, what we find is you need a certain level of technology that's specific to you and your hearing loss. And typically, it's a lot less expensive than that product that might have only been out for 3 months, but it's the latest and greatest. And that's why the manufacturers are selling it to the offices for such a high number, and why the offices have got to pass that on to you. If you step back and just get technology that's about 6 months old, right? 6 months old. Think about it. That's not a long time. And what we were doing 6 months ago was phenomenal. The latest and greatest 6 months ago was a phenomenal product. Still is a phenomenal product. But if you can step back just a little bit and not try to keep up with the latest and greatest, you will save thousands of dollars on your hearing aids. Now, don't be fooled. Stepping back one notch, 6 months, is not buying technology from the 1990s. What you'll see a lot of times in hearing aid advertising is what I call bait and switch. Yes, you'll see a coupon for a $600 hearing aid, and sure enough, you'll go in. They have that hearing aid, but it's not 6 months old. It's not recent. It's not even a year old. It's from the 90s. All right. It's a receiver that just has no advanced features of any kind. So don't take me wrong. I don't want you to go that far back in time. What I want you to do is see a licensed audiologist, preferably a board-certified audiologist, and get your hearing tested through a clinical protocol, not a sales protocol. And when you're done with that test, make sure before they start talking about any type of technology, they're talking about your lifestyle. They're asking you questions, showing you pictures. You're communicating with this professional about how you live. Take that coupled with your hearing loss, and I guarantee you, you should be able to hear better without breaking the bank. It shouldn't cost you $5,500, $6,500, $7,200 to hear better. Again, the average patient in our clinic spends somewhere between $2,500 and $4,500 for an advanced set of hearing aids that are customized not only for their hearing loss, but for their lifestyle. Please email me anytime. Visit my website at www.fixmyhearing.com. Email me at drturri@fixmyhearing.com. You can call us anytime you like. Got several different numbers for you. I'm going to give the Orlando number. That's 407-545-4098. We'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Thanks for visiting with me, and I'll see you at our next talk.